Welcome to Bellami Stylist Society webinar. My name's Vanessa, and I'm the Director of Global Talent for Bellami Hair. Today, we have a very special guest. She's the founder of Way, Maine, the Highlight Artist Agency, and our very first Bellami Global Ambassador, Jen Atkin.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
I'm so happy to be here.
Welcome to the podcast.
Oh, this is so fun.
Thanks for chatting with us today. So I speak on behalf of our entire Bellami team when I say we're so excited about this partnership, not just with you, but with Justine, with the Highlight Artists. Tell us a little bit about what this means for you.
Oh my God. For me, this is really a dream because I have had like a whole closet in my office of Bellami hair for years. And it's always been, you know, like the creme de la creme of hair. And for me, it's such a full circle moment because like I started using Bellami at the beginning of my career and now being able to like share all of this hair with everybody where I'm at in my life right now and also with all the amazing artists that we have that are doing such incredible work, and we're all so happy to be a part of it. It's just like the perfect fit.
Yeah, I feel like I have been involved in the conversations from the very beginning, and I've been fortunate to do so, but I thought it was so cool. In one of our first conversations, you brought up, you know what, I know it would be cool for me to get involved with the brand, but how about we invite all of the highlight artists in on this opportunity? And I think that's so important for our industry to evolve, is to kind of participate in these collective wins. And I know that's been such a big part of your journey personally and how you've gotten to where you're at. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about how that's like the referrals and the collective wins have changed your career.
Oh my God. Well, first of all, extensions have changed my career, truly. Because when I first started out, I always invested in my kit. And I wanted to make sure that I always was prepared for any job. Like what you have here behind us. I had this always at my house.
Wow.
And even at a time when I really couldn't afford to have all that hair, I always just wanted to make sure that my client felt A, super confident and comfortable, and B, I wanted them to look so good on camera. And we know that hair photographs smaller.
Yep.
So I was always known for being super prepared on set. And like, I swear having those extensions made it so that they booked me again and again and again.
Let's rewind back to baby stylist Jen days, where your point of inception. Where do you feel like your career began?
So my career began with my dolls growing up. First of all, that was like my first client always.
Yeah.
And then it was like all my friends in high school. And then it was in the salon, really. Like I studied a lot of really amazing salon stylists. And like I not only was an assistant, but I was a salon manager. And I really learned, I was a receptionist. And I really learned the business. And I think that that helped me so much in figuring out kind of what I wanted to do. And also it taught me to really be smart about how I grew my business and my money, and not like, I saw a lot of stylists that, you know, overspent on what they were wearing and like felt like the money was going to always be there. I was so cautious about kind of just, you know, how I spent the money that I earned. And then I'd say my career really began, like I started in a salon in like 2001, 2002. And then I didn't go on the floor till 2006.
Wow.
So I really took those years to like fully study my craft and did an apprenticeship program, went to cosmetology school. Shout out to Abram Friedman Academy. It was like an occupational center downtown because it's all I could afford. And they were so amazing. I got to actually go back and donate dryers and product to that same school downtown LA. I love them. But that's where it really started, was in, you know, kind of mid-Wilshire area. And then I went to Beverly Hills. I knew I wanted to work in Beverly Hills because I knew that was like where the good tips were.
Right. Don't we all? Yeah.
And I just, I worked really hard. And truly that was like the best years because I got to learn so much and I loved every second of it.
Right. I think that so much of our stylist community, they see your end journey and they see you as an entrepreneur, and you have all of these amazing love brands that you've developed. So it's really refreshing to hear that you had kind of like a trial and error process of just learning different parts of the industry and finding which one stuck for you. So what advice would you give to our stylists that feel a little bit stuck and are kind of looking for that bit of inspiration?
Oh my God. I mean, here's the thing. I think that there's no better time than modern day to like promote your business. It's so exciting. I wish I'd had Instagram. I wish I'd had TikTok. I wish I like had a way of reaching anybody.
Right.
Because at the time it was just about word of mouth, and I had to hope that like the right publicist would come in and book me for a blowout. And it was so much harder, I think, back then. And now, you know, you have so many tools. I think if you're if you're feeling overwhelmed, I think maybe, consult, like Google, really, like ask like what's trending right now, find out like the best thing I think you can do is also have like really great mentors. Like if you're seeing somebody who's like living the life that you want to live or making the content you want to create, like reach out. You never know. I sometimes go into my DM and like answer people and give them tips all the time.
You heard it here first. Slide in the DMs.
When I have time, I do it. Not all the time, but
asterisk, yes.
But if you don't ask, then you're not gonna,
the answer's
get the help.
no.
So you need to definitely put yourself out there.
Yeah, I have to say, I think in my career, more often than not, I've gotten a job because I knew someone or I made a connection somewhere. So it is so important to just reach out and ask somebody that's in a place that you want to be in, right?
Totally.
So was there a specific moment where you felt like you made it in your career, or you just had this aha of like, I'm here?
Oh my God. To be honest, it was when I first started actually making money on my own and had like a savings account. And believe you me, sometimes I was irresponsible, and I was like the friend that was buying bottle service at the clubs for all of my friends. Because that was like how I celebrated at the time.
Yeah.
That was before cell phones and clubs.
Well, and that's a collective win, right?
Yeah.
You get the money and everyone gets bottle service.
Right. So I definitely had some of those moments. But I feel like I really felt like I'd made it. Oh my God, there were so many moments. I think getting my first job in the salon was like huge. Having my own chair was so amazing. And then going and working backstage in Paris and being able to go and like see the shows. I got to see like Alexander McQueen shows. It was so amazing. And that like taught me this really amazing like quick way of backstage like manipulating hair. Believe you me, there were extensions. And by the way, back then they weren't as good as they are now. Like they've come a long way. And then I'd say like working with celebrity and like doing really cool photo shoots. I got to do like the cover of Vogue, which was really fun for me. And then like launching my brand and seeing it in store and people posting about it, all of that. It's just all been a total dream.
Yeah, I can't even imagine what that was like working backstage. And I know that you came from humble beginnings, and then now you're in Paris and New York and doing all of these exciting projects.
Listen, I went from Little Caesars in St. George, Utah to backstage with John Galliano at Dior.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like it's so weird. But like, I still love Little Caesars.
I mean, who doesn't? Was it Crazy
bread?
Bread?
Yep.
Yeah,
so good.
That was a staple on my diet, unfortunately, for a very long time. So, yeah, so you talked a little bit about how extensions have changed. So you've been working with them for a while and you've seen the evolution of them. What would you say is the biggest difference that you've noticed?
Oh my God. Well, the quality of hair is so much better. I'd say all the different ways to put them in. I think the different types of extensions, they've come a really long way. It used to take like 9 hours to do a client. It was like little tiny individual, horrible glue. Just the systems were not there.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
No. And also the way that like hair was put on clip-ins was really bad. It was really poofy. You could actually really see it, and it was annoying. And then I'd say the color, like the fact that there's modern colors and there's balayage and there's like lightly highlighted, a heavy highlight. The textures have all changed. They've gotten so much better.
Yeah, I think like the color variance that we have is absolutely incredible. We also have new textures now. And honestly, extensions have become completely unclockable, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Especially with all of the new innovations. So were there any specific tools or skill sets that helped you succeed as a stylist?
I would say, well, when you say tools, I just think about all the things that I had in my suitcase and in the salon. Like I definitely invested in very good shears. I'd always get like the best shears from Japan. And I knew that like I still use the same shears like 6 years later. I definitely, again, extensions for me was such an easy way of like getting your client to come back to you because you had that like magic touch. And I think like showing your clients, like taking the time and actually showing them what you're doing, not making them look good that one time, but showing them and talking. I didn't really sit there and like chit chat. I would like show them what I was doing so that they could do it at home, because they're a great walking billboard for you. And if they look good, then you're going to get even more clients. So to me, I think it's our job to really not only give them confidence, but give them the skills as much as we can to do it on their own.
Yeah, I say this all the time. this analogy of your hairstylist is like your doctor. Like you should be the one that's giving them the advice that they are taking word for word and being able to replicate it at home. Like you are the authority in the industry. Would you say that's pretty true, right?
Yeah. And also, like, we are therapists for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
But I think it's also so fun because of social media. Like you can learn so many different placement for like different looks.
Totally.
Like I remember the first time I would take tape ins and I would like basically like do a slick ponytail, but I would place them going back this way. So it would lay nice and flat and the ponytail looked so full, and sometimes I remember when I needed the hair to be really big at the bottom, I'd flip the head upside down. I'd actually put the weft of hair upside down so that when they came back up, it was like this big, just very like dramatic, fluttery, like huge look. Yeah. But it's so fun because you can, oh my God, the rabbit hole you can go on in Pinterest, TikTok, and Instagram alone. It's so exciting.
I mean, the possibilities are truly endless with extensions. So you have a very entrepreneurial spirit. You have created several different love brands that are wildly successful. What do you attribute your passion and your drive to?
I get obsessed. Like I have always loved the idea of transformation. And I love, like, that's why Bellami's like be full of yourself. I really love that whole message because to me, I always watched as a kid, like makeover scenes in movies. I loved that transformation. We've all seen like our moms when they go from like not wearing makeup to like wearing makeup and you carry yourself differently. So for me, I think that love of the transformation and the confidence that you can give somebody else, that's like so rare. Not very many, not very many like fields that you go into, you can do that and see like that instant transformation. So that's something that, and for me, like with my brands, I've always tried to kind of give, again, like that client that's coming into the store, I love to give them the tools and the tricks to like get, whether it's like a really great body cream or it's a really great hair and body mist or it's a great tool that they can use. I always try to just give people a really fast route to get glam themselves.
Yeah, and I feel like working with extensions, you never really see people experience the dopamine hit that they get when they get extensions. And it's so instantaneous and immediately their shoulders are rolled back and they're holding their head a little higher and they're walking a little differently. So it's really fun to watch. I know you've been on set a ton and we've seen it all the time.
Yeah.
But that's what I think that makes extensions very, very different.
But also, you guys do not take for granted all the work that Bellami's done because the hair color of it all, like getting this gorgeous color and getting it so that you don't have to go and color it yourself or go and take it to somebody to have it colored. Like it is so instant and so beautiful and like it's really impressive the variety of color that Bellami gives. It's amazing.
So many options, endless options.
And all modern color, which is so nice.
Yeah, and we're coming out with some really fun shades. And getting to know about you, you always come onto set, you're very self-assured, you're very decisive, you're confident. Is there a mantra or a mindset that you've adopted that helps you to keep that kind of thriving momentum in your career?
I would say the number one thing that I kind of do, it's so funny. It's very cheesy, but I started doing it years ago where I kind of like, very first thing in the morning, I'll kind of look at myself in the mirror and like, you are your biggest cheerleader. And I've always had this mindset of like, why not me? And the more success I've gotten and the more that the people that I admired, the people that I thought were like so much better than me, or, I've realized like everybody has insecurities and I've seen like the human side of the people who I thought were like untouchable, And I think that that's really helped me a lot to just realize like we're all kind of experiencing the same insecurity, the same fear at times. And so, I don't know, I try really hard to just kind of show up because I also want to be a good example to people. Because if you don't believe in yourself, no one will believe in you. And that people can like sense that, especially if you're trying to sell your services and like tell people that like you're such a great stylist and people can trust you. You have to believe that or they're, going to see right through it.
Yeah, I feel like people connect so much more to humanness than they do to perfection, right? It's kind of unattainable. It's not something that you can replicate, but 100%. As soon as you're honest and transparent, I think that that's something that they're drawn to.
Yeah.
You're also going to attract people that are more like you, right?
Yeah.
If you're being yourself and being honest.
And I cannot say this enough. As a stylist, the biggest thing is to show up. Show up, give 100%. Don't be late. I always tell like even our artists that are highlight artists, I'm like, you have to show up. You have to show up, be professional, and do your job. You're so lucky to do this for your job. And it's like, what a dream, you know, and so many people would love to be in your position. So don't take it for granted and show up 100%.
I love that. So we just launched our new messaging, Be Full of Yourself and Beautiful Extensions of You. What part of that resonates with you professionally and personally?
For me, it's not just about like the fullness of your hair. It feels like it's such a great mantra. And especially, I feel like in my life, I never really knew any like female hairstylist to look up to. I really didn't. Like any mainstream hairstylist, like in movies or growing up, it was always men. So for me, I love the idea of like empowering people to, in their personal life, be full of yourself, at work, be full of yourself, and like just do it unapologetically. You know, it's okay. Like that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think that we're taught so often, especially as women, to kind of diminish yourself or just be quiet or make yourself kind of undetectable in the world. And it's refreshing to see women advocating for themselves and being loud and occupying the space that they take up in the world. So
Totally.
I love that part of our messaging. It's really powerful.
So for me, the Beautiful Extensions of You, I want to say motto or mantra, is more than just like your hair. It's really about like being confident and like loving yourself, every version of you. So for me, the whole message of be full of yourself means really like having confidence and loving every version of yourself unapologetically.
It's really powerful, and I hope that everybody that's using our product steps out of the salon and they feel that way, just taking up space and being full of themselves.
Yes, I can't wait to see all the amazing looks that everyone does too.
Oh, so good. So what would you say to hairstylists that might be a little nervous about getting into the world of hair extensions? They haven't really played around in it. I know it seems overwhelming a lot for some of our stylists we have all of these different methods and they want to explore, but they don't know where to start.
Oh my God. I would say like start slow and like dip your toe in the water. I love just starting off with like some smaller pieces and doing 2 front tapes.
Yeah.
You know, and just showing your client those 2 front tapes in the front can make all the difference, especially if like someone's a little timid about cutting layers. Like you can really, I'm telling you, the minute you put in those 2 front tapes, you've got a client for life. Like they're going to be transformed. They're going to understand, like they forget that the hair is even in their head. It's a game changer.
And let me tell you, it rarely ever stays the 2 front tapes. They get it in and they're like, what would this be like if I just added a few more and then a few more, and then they've got the whole head. So
oh my God, my most stressful moment, I just remember this, like starting out, was when I would show up with hair and the client would be like, oh, I'm not taking it out at the end of the shoot. And they would like go home with it. And so I started billing and like putting in for my rate for the hair because everyone wanted to take it home.
Yeah, I mean, as you should.
Yeah.
It's not, Jen doesn't work for free.
No, honey, this is show business, not friend business. Not free business.
So speaking of, we've talked about scared hairstylists. What about a scared client, somebody that's never tried extensions before? What is something that you wish they knew about hair extensions?
The number one thing I think that's important to explain to your client is that they're not damaging. Everybody's always like, oh my God, it's just going to like rip out my hair. No. And there's so many great solutions and formulas. Like it's not something that's like permanent. You know, it's not a tattoo. Like you literally can put it in and you can take it out and you can try other things and it's not going to damage your hair. It is just going to like make you feel so much sexier. It's like the best.
Well, and I don't know if you know this, but I'm actually growing out a bob right now. And
oh my God.
I've not been there. You would never know.
Amazing.
It's all in my Bellamis. But I just didn't want to be miserable the whole time while I was growing out in each phase. So I
that's such a good point.
I'm taking my supplements and it's all, I think that those 2 things go so hand in hand and people don't realize that is you can be on your hair health journey and also be wearing extensions at the same time and growing out your bob.
I also noticed when I was using extensions in the salon, my clients that had fine hair that were like, I genetically am never going to have the hair I want and the hair that I dream of. And when you give it to them and they realize like, oh my God, I can have this and it's so instant, it's so fun for me to see that happen.
I know.
Because like, how else are you going to get that hair to be that full and be able to like do different styles with it? It's so awesome. Because also they stress out so much about holding a style. So I feel like when you have extensions, especially with fine hair, it just makes it so like you can do any style you want.
I literally style my hair once a week. And then I just do a little zhuzh in the morning with my main hot brush. And yeah, my hair is good to go for the rest of the week. So.
Yeah. Hair extensions and dry shampoo, baby. It's all you need.
Absolutely. So if you had one message to deliver to baby hairstylist Jen, what would it be?
Oh my God. Don't go to the clubs. Save your money.
No bottle service for your friends.
Baby hairstylist Jen. A message that I would tell her, it's just going to get better.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a couple of questions from our Pro Stylist audience. We have a broadcast channel on Instagram, and they want to ask you some questions.
Okay, fun.
As stylists, we're always balancing speed with quality. What are your go-to strategies or techniques for delivering fast installs without sacrificing the integrity of our guest hair?
So I think the number one thing is you want to make sure that you're getting all of the training that you need, and you're going to all the classes, and you're practicing and really like honing in on your craft and learning all the different techniques. So no matter what hair type that client has, you know how to work with it.
Yeah, our Bellami masterclass, we teach on all of the methods in a 2-day class, super fast, super easy, and then you have everything that you need to do extensions. So
it's the best.
It's perfect.
Never stop learning.
Ever. You've worked with so many different hair types and textures. What's the secret to making extensions blend naturally on any client?
I think really understanding their hair texture and making sure that the hair really matches it. The haircut is very important. If they have a lot of layers, you need to continue that. If they want something that's really blunt, but they have like wavy hair or curly hair, you need to make sure that it's a perfect match. And I would say, yeah, just making sure that you're paying attention also to how your client styles their hair to make sure that you're not like giving them a hair texture that they can't work with on their own.
Totally. I was actually just watching Justine blend extensions, and she was cutting the hair so perfectly. I feel like that's the secret that people don't know, is learning how to do a proper haircut on extensions. That's literally what's going to make the extensions blend seamlessly.
And my favorite thing is to kind of have the extensions facing one another, and I put it on a pant hanger, and I kind of slither the front so that when you put it in, the haircut's like perfect on both sides.
Yeah, it's that perfect like 90s layered look.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. All right, last question.
Okay.
From your perspective, how do you see the role of professional stylists evolving as clients become more educated and invested in their hair care journeys?
Ooh, I think that's so exciting. So I think part of our job is to not only make people feel good, but showing them how they can do it at home so that, again, they look like a good walking billboard for you. But also, it's going to make more room in your schedule for another client. So you're just building your business by making sure that your client can handle their hair on their own and make room for somebody else to come in that they probably met at a coffee shop.
Win-win situation.
Right?
Yeah. So that's all we have for today, Jen. Thank you so much for chatting with
so
us.
Fun.
I feel like I learned so much about you and so much about myself. We're so excited to have you as our global ambassador. For all of our Bellami stylists out there, thank you for tuning in to our Bellami Stylist Society webinar. We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.